Affirmation 333. I do the work to feel good and not to get something in return. This is one of the biggest mistakes people make with the law of attraction. One of the biggest mistakes people make is that they start using law of attraction to get things. And when you use it like that, your results cannot be consistent. Consistent results come from making law of attraction a part of your lifestyle. It has to be part of your lifestyle. Portia, good morning. Jennifer, Lakshmi, good morning. What does it mean to have something be part of your lifestyle? It means you're going to do it regardless. It's just part of your life, so you're going to do it regardless of other things. For example, if someone was to lose their job for any reason at all, do you think they will stop brushing their teeth? Do you think that if you have a fight with a loved one, that you're going to stop eating completely forever? You're not. Are you going to change what you eat, how you sleep, what you wear? Those are things that you do regardless of how other people are behaving and regardless of things that are happening in your life. Law of attraction needs to be like that. It has to be one of those things that you do because you just do it. Okay? So, when you start using law of attraction to manifest something specific, I'm going to learn how to use law of attraction and then my business is going to explode. I'm going to learn how to use law of attraction and then I'm going to find that relationship that I haven't been able to manifest for the last 20 years. That's what I'm going to do. No. It's when you stop caring whether or not those things happen, that the resistance that you have put on your path to accomplishing those goals evaporates. And when that resistance evaporates, that's when you can manifest. So, got to ask yourself, why are you doing this work? And if the answer is anything other than I'm doing this work because it gives me peace in my heart, then you've got something to work on. The answer has to be I'm doing this work. I'm meditating. I'm appreciating. I am paying attention to how I think my thoughts. I am pre-paving. I'm doing all of these things because it gives me peace. It's just the way I live life. It's not because if I do pre-paving 10 days in a row, then a gift is going to arrive at my door. That's not why I'm doing it. I have decided that this is the way I want to start looking at people, places, things, events. This is how I want to look at everything. And when you do that, you will see the difference that it makes in your life. Because I can tell you for sure that your life is going to change absolutely and completely and forever. And you just will not live in the world where things happen that are unpleasant. You just won't live in that world. And that's what we want. That is why we do this work. We do this work because we want everything to change, not just the one thing. Not just the one thing. It's about everything. Because when you truly start understanding law of attraction, you start understanding that one thing can influence everything else. It's all connected. You can't fix one thing. You can't manifest one thing without having an impact on everything else. So if you manifest something negative, everything else in your life is also being affected. If you manifest something positive, everything in your life is being affected. And what we want is, we just want to live in that bubble where everything is good. Everything is amazing. That's where we want to spend all our time. That's where we want to be. And we can do that. Yes, it takes time and it takes work. But that end result is above asking for anything. That end result is above everything else. That peace within is worth so much more than anything else. Just to know that you are always looked after, that everything that you want will always be. Isn't that a more wonderful place to be than to say, oh, if I could just get this one thing, this one person. That's a very short-term way of looking at things. And what I want you to do is to look at the long-term impact of practicing law of attraction, the long-term impact. Because in the short term, you can get through anything. It does not matter. You are so powerful and so versatile, and you have the ability to deal with anything that comes your way in the short term. So you might be going over a bad patch on the road. So what? It's just a bad patch on the road. It's not going to be there forever. And you can make the effort for a short-term period of time so that you have long-term gains. Isn't that what we do when we buy a house and we put a mortgage on it? What does that mean? It is the long-term promise of owning the house free and clear, and the short-term giving up of a few things to make that possible. So you can absolutely withstand short-term pain. Pain, what pain? Pain of getting used to doing the work. The pain of paying attention to the way you're thinking your thoughts. The pain of taking responsibility that you created every single thing that happened to you. Every single thing. You created it. No one else did it to you. No external forces brought it to your door. You created it. That's painful. It is painful to own that. And some people just cannot. Some people, when they come across law of attraction and they get excited and then they find out they have to take ownership, then they give up. They give up. Instead of spending some more time understanding what that means and how that happened, they give up. And that is the problem. Because yes, that is the work. The work that is required is understanding that you are completely responsible. You cannot give anyone else responsibility for the way your life works, even if they live with you, even if they are married to you, even if they are your children, even if they are your parents. No one else has responsibility. This is where therapy goes wrong. Because when therapy takes you backwards, therapy shows you that other people were responsible and you were not to blame. You poor little one, you were not to blame for all the abuse that happened to you when you were a child. All of those other people were to blame. And when you do it that way and you don't take responsibility, then you don't take responsibility for what you're creating going forward either, because it holds you hostage. It holds you hostage to what other people can do to you. There's no safety in that. There's no feeling of comfort in that, because you're still subject to the shenanigans of the world around you. But once you take responsibility and you start understanding, I created the mess. It was all because of the way I was thinking, my thoughts, that's why all of it happened. Now you have true power. This is the biggest issue. And until therapy closes that gap, it will never be successful. Yes, Natalie, you're right. It is a hard thing for people to realize. That's right, Jennifer. That is the reason why people get stuck in that victim mentality and mode. And they never learn to take responsibility for the way they're thinking their thoughts. Once you accept that responsibility, you know what happens? Because you are so important. You will start paying attention to the way you think your thoughts. Because you have no other way. There is no other way. Yes, Kareen. Yes, that is true. People don't want to take ownership. And yes, you are so right, Jennifer. That is what creates true freedom. Once you start understanding that nobody can do anything to you, then that's when you are truly free, because now you're not afraid of anyone. As long as you think that other people can hurt you, as long as you think that other people control in something that will happen to you, you can't be free. There's no freedom in that. So people spend their whole lives living in fear. Fear of what my mother will say, fear of what my father will say, fear that my husband will leave me, fear that my children will not love me. Fear, 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 fear. What are my friends going to say if I wear this? Oh, I wore this at that party that I went to, so I can't wear it again. What is that? It's fear. I better not let someone know the stupid mistake I made, because what will they say? That's fear. So many people live their life in fear. And when you use law of attraction to manifest something specific, you are living your life in fear. In fear because it's so important for you to have that one thing, that your life depends on it. So you're willing to learn how to use this tool to get that one thing. It does not work that way. And that is why people become frustrated and overwhelmed. I will never find that relationship. I'm going to end up old and alone. What is that? That's fear. Fear. And that fear goes away when you understand that no one else is in charge except you. You are in charge. You are making it all happen the way it is happening. And that is because you are using law of attraction as a tool rather than a lifestyle. What does it mean? A tool is, I'm going to use this nail and hammer and drill to hang this picture. And after that, I will not need it again. So basically what you're saying is, when I get that man that I want, then I will not need this tool again. No, sweetheart, it doesn't work that way. First of all, If you treat it like that, you're creating attachment to the outcome, which means you're pushing that relationship away. And the second thing is, you think that you're done doing the work because you got the man? No, that's when the work starts. That's when the work starts. Because now you're on this path where you want this journey alongside this partner. And how are you going to get that journey alongside this partner and have it be fun and satisfying at every level? You're not going to get that if you put law of attraction away. Because now you're done. You got the job, you got the man, you got whatever, the house, the car. You got the money. Guess what? You got the money, and now you're going to be afraid that the money will evaporate. Now you got the house and you're going to be afraid how you're going to make those payments. You got the man, and now it's going to be all about keeping the man. It will never end. Your fears will never end unless you make law of attraction a lifestyle. It is a lifestyle. It is not a patch. It is not a tool. Yes, Tamika, it is a powerful realization. Absolutely. That's right, Natalie. Fear creates mistrust in everything. So, do you want to live your life with freedom, or do you want to live your life in fear? Freedom or fear, that is the choice. And that choice depends on whether you make law of attraction a tool or a lifestyle.